Welcome back to the DDSN Diamond Betting Show. We're back after taking a small miniature 2-day hiatus over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, from our full episodes because, Friday we did take it on the chin. Our sides had a rough day for the first time ever, but we did good with our totals. Full record is in the description below. But now we're on to a new week, new series, except for our first game of the day. Astros Mariners going to finish up their 4-game series. Other than that, we're starting fresh. But we do. I'm sorry. What I was going to say was I recorded this a couple minutes ago, but it looked like the screen froze. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Let's get into these games today. And it starts with an early game, about 3 p.m. Central Time. Right now it's 2:20. And the Houston Astros plus 149, Mike Burrows on the mound, taking on the Seattle Mariners minus 165, George Kirby on the mound. Astros are getting hit from every side, not in the betting market, but on the injury list. They're basically losing players almost every day. Jeremy Pena's out, 15-day DL. Same thing with their rookie pitcher Imai from Japan. He's going to be out for at least a couple weeks. They brought up JP France, and then they signed JP France, and then they immediately sent him to the minor league. So not only are the Astros on a huge losing streak, but their players are dropping like flies almost daily. And because of that, I still have our Houston Astros futures, but I did sell the Yordan Alvarez MVP because I'm not too sure if he's going to win or not. He might be the best player, but if the Astros keep sinking like a rock, I don't think he'll win the MVP, especially because Bobby Witt's actually having a really great season. Just his teammates are kind of trash. But let's get back to this game. I don't like any side here, but I do think we get somewhat of a pitcher's duel. Mike Burrows, one of the best pitchers left on this rotation for the Astros. And of course, George Kirby. George Kirby loves playing against the Astros. I like this one. First 5 under 4, minus 104. And game under 7.5 runs, plus 104. All odds via BetOnline. Again, everything's in the description below. Next game. Arizona Diamondbacks plus 114 with Ryan Nelson on the mound against the Baltimore Orioles minus 126. Dean Kramer on the mound. I don't think that's totally official who's going to start for the Orioles, but from what I read, it does look like it's going to be Dean Kramer making his first start of the season. I think he did pitch this summer in the World Baseball Classic with Israel and the team Tel Aviv, but that's what we're going with here. Although I don't really like a side in this one. Anytime that we bet on the Diamondbacks, they just don't ever score any runs. And then we bet against them, they score at least 10 to 12 runs. It is infuriating. But that's not why I don't have anything here. I just really don't like either side because, Dean Kramer making his first start. So I really don't mind going with and backing Ryan Nelson and the Diamondbacks because they're getting plus money, and the Diamondbacks are basically on a hot streak right now. But I just don't really have anything. I'm not too confident with any play in this game, so I'm going to pass it. Next game, Chicago Cubs plus 152. Javier Assad on the mound against the Philadelphia Phillies minus 168. Christopher Sanchez on the mound. We've talked about this multiple times throughout the season, early this 3 weeks or whatever it has been. Christopher Sanchez has been, extremely, he's getting so much respect, getting a ton of respect in the betting market. And I think he's extremely overvalued constantly. 160, 168 or more. He's been in the 200s at least 2 out of his 3 starts. But I don't like him in this game. I really don't. And this Phillies offense, can you trust him? Can you not? Same could be said about the Chicago Cubs, but the Cubs have been trying to turn it around, and I don't really like either of these teams. But, like I said, Christopher Sanchez, I think, is getting overvalued, and I'll take the Cubs at a plus 152. We can't trust the Phillies bullpen, and not only that, we can barely even trust their offense. But it seems like the Phillies offense has turned it around. Same with the Cubs. So I also like this over 8 runs minus 123. Reason being, both of these pitchers kind of struggle against each other's teams. And I think we get runs here. And if we get this into the bullpen, I do favor the Cubs because the Phillies love to blow Christopher Sanchez starts. Well, for whatever reason, they just cannot hold on when he starts games. So at this price, give me the Cubs plus 152. And I think we see some runs to get this over the total of 8 minus 123. Next game, the Washington Nationals plus 190. Cade Cavalli on the mound against the Pittsburgh Pirates minus 112. Paul Skeens on the mound. You know, Skeens is a huge favorite here, but it makes sense. Although the Washington Nationals offense and team overall have been playing well, just finished sweeping the Brewers, they just don't match up well and don't hit well against Paul Skeens. And this Pirates offense has been great throughout the whole season. They've had a couple bad games, but they have been a strong offense, especially with O'Neal Cruz. I like the Pirates here minus on the run line, minus 1.5, plus 100 even money. Again, you should be able to get even money or something in that neighborhood. I think the Pirates are going to have a great game, especially behind Paul Skeens. I think Skeens has a great game as well. So for me, give me the Pirates on the run line, plus 100 even money. Next game, the Los Angeles Angels plus 164. UC Kikuchi on the mound against the New York Yankees minus 182. Will Warren on the mound. You know, Yankees are on a losing streak, and not only that, they are playing at home, but they're laying a huge number with Will Warren. I don't get it because Warren actually struggles against this Angels offense. So does Kikuchi for you know. But the Angels offense and the Angels in general have been having a pretty strong season. And just like, you know, going against Christopher Sanchez, some of these starters are becoming overvalued in the market. And the price is just way too high, so you have to cut it. Go ahead and give me the Angels and this Angels offense plus 164. I think we could see some runs in this game. Give me the Angels plus 164. Next game, I think the camera messed up again. I don't know if that's going to fix itself or not. I'm just going to keep going. So, next game, the Miami Marlins plus 132 with Yuri Perez on the mound against the Atlanta Braves minus 146. Grant Holmes on the mound. Marlins started the season hot. Now they're kind of cooling off a little bit. Not ice cold like the Mets, but they are cooling. On the other hand, the Braves kind of started slow, but now they're starting to heat up, especially their offense. Yuri Perez struggles against the Braves. I like the Braves, even though they had a huge win last night. Hopefully they have enough runs today to take down the Marlins. I think they will, but this isn't a crazy number. So I would expect Grant Holmes to be in the 170s, 160s neighborhood, but he's not. We're getting 146. It's a little pricey, but it's not bad because we love the way Grant Holmes matches up with this Marlins offense. Give me the Braves minus 146. Next game, Boston Red Sox minus 155. Garrett Crochet's on the mound against the Minnesota Twins. Twins are plus 140. Bailey Ober on the mound. Minnesota Twins offense has exploded recently, and we've kind of been talking about this throughout the last couple weeks. Not only that, is they're now tied with the Guardians in first place in the Central Division. We still have our tickets on the Guardians, the Indians, to win the division, but the Minnesota Twins aren't gonna let us off that easy. They're fighting and they're scrappy, and the Boston Red Sox are trying to turn around their season as well. They're trying to crawl out of the gutter too, but will they be able to do it with Garrett Crochet on the mound? I don't think so. Again, huge number of Crochet and the Red Sox on the road. I like the Twins at home. This offense is humming. This Twins offense actually plays well against Garrett Crochet. So we're getting a pretty nice price, and I'll be more than glad to take it. I like the Twins here, plus 143 on the road or at home against Garrett Crochet. Twins are on a nice winning streak. Offense is feeling great. I think they could steal a win here against the Red Sox ace. Cleveland Indians Guardians minus 116 with Gavin Williams on the mound against the St. Louis Cardinals, plus 105. Matthew Liberatore on the mound. I think we do get a pitching duel here. Guardians got killed by the Braves last night, so I kind of do think the Indians do win this game, but this offense hasn't been very explosive. I think we get a pitcher's duel here. Give me a first 5 under 4.5 minus 118 and under 8 runs minus 105. Texas Rangers minus 121. Nathan Eovaldi on the mound against the Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas Athletics plus 110. Luis Severino on the mound. I think this is another game where both of these teams are kind of finding themselves, especially the Athletics. They're on a huge winning streak right now, just red hot. But I do think we get a pitcher's duel here. Rangers are coming off of a win, avoiding a sweep against the Dodgers, and Nathan Eovaldi was red hot in his last start. I think we get a pitcher's duel. Give me the first 5 under 4.5 minus 120, as well as the game under 8.5 minus 110. Next game, the New York Mets plus 140. Drew Peterson on the mound against the LA Dodgers minus 155. Justin Robleski on the mound. He's an opener. He's a reliever, so he'll probably only pitch maybe 1, 2, 3 innings max. But I just can't get behind this Mets team. The Mets are kind of ice cold right now. And the Dodgers, of course, are playing well. Anytime that we face the Mets, they play incredible. So we'll see what happens here. But I do trust this Dodgers team, not only with this pitching staff. Last time they had an opener, they pitched great. And this offense, of course, is humming. So give me the Dodgers on the run line, plus 122. It could be too good to be true, but I don't think so. I think we get there with the Dodgers against this struggling Mets lineup. That's everything for today. So let's go ahead and run it down. So we've got the Astros Mariners first 5 under 4 minus 104. Game under 7.5 plus 104. We've got the Cubs on the money line plus 152 and the game over 8 runs minus 123. We've got the Pirates on the run line plus 100 even money. We've got the Angels money line plus 164. Braves on the money line minus 146. Twins on the money line plus 143. Indians, Cardinals, first 5 under 4.5 minus 118. Under 8 minus 105 for the game. Also, the Rangers, Athletics, first 5 under 4.5 minus 120. Game under 8.5 minus 110. And then the Dodgers on the run line plus 122. That's everything for us today. Like I said, we did take a short little break Friday and Saturday, but that may be the last time we take a break. We might as well just pump these out. If there's day games tomorrow, I forgot to look at the schedule. But if there are day games starting at like noon, then I will post the Tuesday card late tonight so that it's ready for tomorrow. But if they don't start until like 6, then I'll post it, record and post a video tomorrow. But until then, good luck to us. Let's go back to green. Green is good. Let's get a winning day to start this week. Good luck to us, and I'll see y'all for tomorrow's episode.